Hey Deaf Mustangs, this is a little how-to tutorial on how to find books on Sora. There are two ways that you can get to Sora. You can go through Destiny by clicking on that app and going to our homepage right here. And at our Deaf Elementary homepage, you'll find Sora, and you could click on that, and that is one way. Another way to get into Sora would be I'm going to scroll down here, and there is an app for Sora. And you can just select that app through Sora, and boom, you are in your account. Now, at the very bottom, sorry, I clicked on something. At the very bottom, you've got an Explore button. That's how you're going to search for your books. The shelf, that's going to show you how many books you have checked out at a time. And then here's your little profile. Okay, so if you hit Preferences, this is a nice little tool. You could go up here and you could look at the format, and we have audiobooks, which are books that you will just listen to, or ebooks, and those are books that you will read independently on your own. If you have any, they're going to show you audio and ebooks, which is great. Right here, the audience is juvenile. That means that's for elementary. If you click on juvenile, if you go to young adult, that is for junior high, and general adult is for high school. If you're like, ooh, let's see if I can get a high school book or a junior high book, you can't. All right? Sora knows who you are, what grade you're in, and they will only let you browse the juvenile section. Once you have selected, like let's say I wanted to look for audiobooks, you have to click that apply button or it won't save that preference. I'm going to go back to any, and I'm going to close my preferences. On this front page, you can scroll down and you can search by different types of genres. And these are links. You could just click on it and it would take you to the biographies. Okay? Or you could scroll down and find books in Spanish, books perfect for pre-K, read-alongs, 2x2s, Blue Bonnet List, new ebooks, so many great books. The only downside to Sora is that it's not simultaneous use. That means there's only so many copies per person. So let's say I wanted to check out Hair Love here. I'm going to click on that. And right here, it's going to say place a hold. That tells me that this is not available right now. But I could place a hold, and now I have it on hold. And if I looked in my bookshelf and I go to holds, it's going to show me that I am going to possibly get that book in about 5 weeks. Okay, so if there's some books in here that you are really truly interested in, I would start putting holds on them now or checking them out because they may not be available later. All right, I'm going to go back to Explore, and I'm going to go back. All right, so let's go ahead and look at, I want to show you, let's look at these. All 15 books. These are the new 2x2s for the 2020 school year. When you see, look, all these books, place on hold. This one says borrow. Since it says borrow, you could check that out at this point. So you would just click on borrow, and it will immediately open you up to that book. You just use your cursor and click on the pages on the right-hand side to turn the page, and if you have to go back, well, then you click on the left side of the page. Okay, I'm going to close that. So now I have that book in my bookshelf. I'm going to go to the Blue Bonnets. Scroll down. Here we go, the Blue Bonnet list. There's 27. Well, there's 20 books in the Blue Bonnet list, but we have some audio and some are just ebooks. So we have a lot of copies in here. See how it says borrow? That one's available. That's awesome. If you see headphones, that means it's going to be an audiobook. So then you could just you can open it up. It'll give you more information if you want to read about it. It'll even tell you how long it'll take to listen to this entire book, which would be 7 hours and 15 minutes. And then when you're ready to borrow it, you just hit borrow. And then it'll open up that book for me. I'm going to close it real quick. And I'm going to go to my shelf. So now you're going to see there's my holds. And you're going to look at your loans, and I have 2 books on loan. When you were done reading the books, let's say you finished the book, you can go to option, you can renew it. You have the books for 14 days. And in 13 days this book would be due. Uh, you can return it. So let's say you finish it early. Always go ahead and return it because someone might be waiting on that book, and that would just be the kind, polite thing to do. You can also look at your history. Excuse me. So I'm going to go back up here. So that is how you check out books through Sora. If you have any questions, reach out to me. You can send me a message in our library course, or, my email is always at the top of our AIS or our Deaf Library webpage. Okay, enjoy looking at the books.